Leftist radio host Charlamagne the God says he regrets that damn COVID shot. Says he has had chest pain and heart issues. Now I have to give a YouTube disclaimer. It's safe and effective. If you want to know some of the studies, though, some of the real studies, though, check out my Patreon where I go over some of the studies and some of the things that has to do with the jab that I can't really report on here. But specifically here on YouTube, we're going to just talk about Charlamagne's issues, and he makes a clarifying statement after he talks about his chest pain and heart issues as well. But we're going to play the clip and hear what he has to say about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account. All right, let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Gateway Pundit, and they report that popular leftist radio host Charlamagne the God openly expressed deep regret for getting the jab during a Friday episode of his show, The Breakfast Club. The admission comes amid mounting evidence of potential side effects, including increased myocarditis from the mRNA shots. I went through the tons of the studies that show some of those side effects. The CDC even mentions those side effects. So YouTube, you can't come for me for that because the CDC even mentions those side effects. But Charlamagne, whose real name is Leonard Larry McKelvey, revealed he's been dealing with unexpected chest pain ever since receiving the jab. And, you know, y'all know me. I've been warning people since its inception about the jab. Even got my whole old channel with 3,500 subscribers. I had it nuked because of what I was telling people about the jab. Again, I can't really get into that stuff here, but the CDC does recognize some of the side effects, and the CDC no longer recommends it for healthy people either. I think I can say that here. But let's play the clip. Here we go.
I ain't gonna lie, every time I have chest pain now, I'd be like, man, I should have never got that damn COVID shot.
Exactly.
I be feeling like I had no cardiovascular issues until like I got that goddamn COVID
which
shot.
Sucks because it kind of forced us to get the COVID shot, right? We didn't have an option if we wanted to continue to work, which sucks.
And I'm not saying it was the vaccine. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when I think about you know, the changes that I've had over the last 5 years, that was a big one, getting that vaccine.
Now that makes no sense. He said he's not saying it caused it. So if it didn't cause, so clarifying statement, he made that clarifying statement. I'm not saying that I got these issues because of it, but I wish I hadn't gotten it. That doesn't make any sense, right? If it didn't cause your cardiovascular issues that you're having now, and you didn't have these cardiovascular issues until you got the thing, but then you go in the same breath and said that there's no causation there. I don't know. That's really weird. I think he's basically trying to shield himself because he know that the big pharma would probably come for him for making those statements. But despite the growing consensus that the rush jabs were dangerous, now according to the Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced baseless attacks from Democrats during a Senate hearing on Thursday, which accusations that he was limiting vaccine access, which Kennedy called outright lies. He's not limiting access. You can still get it if your doctor says you need to take it, and you're in these groups where you're vulnerable, then you can still get it. So that's just a flat out lie. But the Daily Caller noted Charlamagne's regrets underscore the fallout from Joe Biden's flip-flop on mandates. Despite promising in December 2020 that he wouldn't make the vaccine mandatory, Biden imposed requirements on federal workers, contractors, and large private businesses, rules that led to mass firings and were partially struck down by the Supreme Court in 2022. So it's okay for you to fire someone in federal government for not taking the jab, right? But you can't make government more lean and get rid of people that are really redundant. according to leftists. It's not okay to fire. It's not okay to fire federal workers for that, though, right? This is why the Democrat Party is so unpopular, because they're the party of censorship. And, you know, people are still getting censored today. I still can't really say what I want to say today on this issue, on this platform. But people are still getting censored today from the left. People are tired of the left and their mandates on making people take unproven medicines, you know, because like I said earlier, this whole thing has never really been tested like that. It's been fast tracked, and this is why the Democrat Party is running towards the end. Like they're whistling past the graveyard now, because of these things. Because even leftist people like Charlamagne the God is like, man, I was fooled, I was bamboozled, even though he won't really admit that out loud, because he's still backed by big pharma and stuff like that himself. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.